How you doing? Welcome to another edition of the Weekly Wrap. It's great to have you with us on this Thursday, September the 17th of February. I'm Peter Schwing. Here's what's happening. Coachella. I got a little feedback here. I don't know what's going on, but let's make this go away. It's great to have you with us on this Thursday, September the 17th of February. Let's get this started, and we're going to unplug this. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. A little technical glitch. But we're going to fix that right now. Hopefully that's all taken care of. So Coachella and Stagecoach remove COVID restrictions. And Snoop Dogg wants to relaunch Death Row as an NFT label. Instagram stories are getting likes. And Music Industry Watchdog launches to target NFTs and Metaverse Piracy. Those stories coming up. But first, let's take a look back at what happened at this day in history. All right, everybody. American musician and sound engineer Bob Cassell, best known as guitarist and keyboard from the new wave band Devo, died of heart failure on this day in 2014. American blues piano player and singer Henry Gray died at the age of 95. He performed with many artists, including Robert Lockwood Jr., Billy Boy Arnold, Morris Peugeot, the Rolling Stones, Muddy Waters, and Howlin' Wolf. And born on this day in 1972, Billy Joe Armstrong, singer and guitarist in Green Day. Svein Berge, the Norwegian electronic musician who makes up half of the duo Royskop. And British singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran, 1991. So happy birthday. And in this day in history, we always had some great little things that happened in the past. 1978. Kate Bush released her debut studio album, The Kick Inside, which contained her UK #1 hit, Wuthering Heights, making this time a first time a female singer-songwriter topped the charts with a self-penned song. Bush was just 19 years old and had written some of the songs when she was only 13. One of my favorite singers. In 2003, the man behind the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC was being investigated over complaints that aspiring stars paid $1,500 to feature on his website. Lou Pearlman was accused by Florida authorities of getting young actors and models to pay upfront to appear on his transcontinental company's website, saying he would also help them to find work. And that's what happened this week in history. So I'd like to say hi to everybody viewing the show in our live stream. And hopefully the loop is gone. Sorry about that introduction there. Someone was feeding back a little bit. So, like stay update on this and other commentary and our programs. You can check out musicindustrycity.com for more news and events. And with that, let's get to it and hopefully less technical issues. All right. So we're going to begin with this piece that was referencing digital music news. All right, and this one is Coachella and Stagecoach festivals drop all COVID restrictions. Yes, that's sounding good, and we're starting to see this around the world, so this is great signs. All COVID limitations have been lifted by Coachella and Stagecoach festival organizers. The Stagecoach organizers said, as we prepare to spend an incredible weekend in the desert, we are announcing that there'll be no vaccination, testing, or masking requirements at Stagecoach 2022 in accordance with local guidelines. Coachella's website has also been changed to indicate that COVID restrictions are no longer in effect. The health and safety page has also been updated to state that, quote, there are no guarantee, express or implied, that those attending the festival will not be exposed to COVID-19. So, still be careful out there. According to the California Department of Public Health, unvaccinated attendees of outdoor events are only required to wear a mask when they are inside. Coachella is planning to take place on April 15th through the 17th and April 22nd through the 24th, with headliners including Harry Styles, Billie Eilish, and Kanye West. Stagecoach will take place April 29th through May 1st and will feature performances by Thomas Rhett, Carrie Underwood, and Luke Combs. All right, we've seen this going on, a lot of discussion going on lately with Spotify. Spotify buys podcast analytics firm Podsights and Chartable. And they just acquired Chartable, a podcast analytics platform for publishers, and Podsights, a podcast advertising measurement service. The financial terms of the transactions were not disclosed. The integration of Podsights and Chartable will assist to make the platform a more appealing partner for marketers and publishers. According to the company, as part of Spotify, pod sites will be able to use Spotify's technology and expertise to provide more precise measurement and actionable insights to podcast marketers. Spotify intends to expand pod sites' measuring capabilities beyond podcasts in the future to include audio ads within music, video commercials, and display ads. The acquisitions of the two follow Spotify's acquisition of Wooshaka, the Australian-based podcast technology platform that allows radio broadcasters to turn audio content into on-demand podcasts just 2 months ago. And, we keep on talking about, Spotify doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on the podcast platforms. All right, let's see what we have here. Snoop Dogg, he plans to relaunch Death Row as an NFT label. All right. After acquiring the renowned hip-hop brand from the MNRK music group last week, Snoop Dogg claims he plans to reestablish Death Row Records as an NFT label. Yesterday, the rapper stopped by a clubhouse room for a little while for a conversation. He explained his ideas as followed. Death Row will be an NFT label. We will be putting out artists through the metaverse. Just like we broke the industry when we were the first independent label to be major, I want to be the first major label in the metaverse. That NFT released announced also to coincide with the news of his Death Row acquisition, was made possible through a collaboration with blockchain gaming startup Gala Games and its new decentralized record label Gala Music. In addition to being distributed through the traditional methods, the record was also made available as a collection of 25,000 NFT stash boxes, each of which costs roughly $5,000. Each stash box contains one of the album's 17 tracks, and anyone who collects all 17 receives additional incentives. All right, so a lot going on. I think there was another announcement. Snoop Dogg made $44 million overnight with that. Let's see. All right, let's talk about some tech. All right, always something happening in tech, and Instagram stories are getting likes so you can respond without sending a direct message. That's it. For anybody who knows and uses stories, somebody likes, somebody just wants to say hi, it all floods into your DMs. Well, they're introducing a new feature called Private Story Likes, which allows you to like someone's Instagram story without sending them a direct message. Previously, any comment you wrote to someone about a story, whether an emoji or full-fledged message, appeared in the response in their DM inbox. And with this new feature, you may offer some gratitude for a story without clogging up the user's DMs. So now, as you go through stories, there will be a heart icon between the send message and that little paper airplane. Instagram, Adam Massari said it in video. If you tap on it, it'll send the author that story a like, and that like will show up in the viewer sheet, not in the DM thread with them. There is no public counts for likes on stories, but you can also check who left a like on your stories by viewing the view sheet. Massari explained, the idea here is to make sure that people can express more support for each other, but also clean up DMs a little bit. And we thank you for that. So many of the creators are praising, saying thank you. We needed this because it was getting crazy. Just every emoji was showing up in your DM. So thank you for taking care of that. And also, a new music industry takedown service targets NFTs and Metaverse Piracy. I mean, we've talked about this in the last couple of weeks here. Like things like Hitpiece, NFT Streamer, and they were scraping from YouTube or Spotify, claiming that the RIAA was going after them. Takedown notices galore. Well, the Digital Content Protection, DCP, which is an Italian anti-piracy organization, has announced a new tool that assists rights holders in policing NFT platforms, Web3 projects, and metaverse stuff. The company, which collaborates with big music industry partners such as Sony, Universal, and Warner, emphasizes that there are significant financial stakes at risk. The RIAA intervened a few days ago to halt one of those unlawful ventures. The anti-piracy organization, which is known to target traditional pirate sites and services, sent a cease and desist notice to the music NFT platform Hitpiece. The site made use of artist names and album covers, implying that the NFTs could provide followers with access to their idols. The majority of the musicians were not present and were not signed on to this. When pressure mounted, the site was quickly shut down, but the RIAA isn't letting the operators off the hook just yet, seeking a detailed breakdown of the revenue generated. To combat this tendency, Digital Content Protection, which is DCP, the Italian anti-piracy firm that works with customers as Universal, Warner, and Sony, has introduced a new takedown service aimed exclusively at NFTs and Web3. The new anti-piracy service aids in the protection of copyrighted and trademark interests in NFTs, Web3, and the Metaverse. While DCP cannot modify blockchain entries, it can target listings on popular NFT platforms like OpenSea and Rarible. What they go on to say is basically we crawl Web3 resources such as NFT markets, virtual reality platforms, and in-game platforms looking for unauthorized NFTs, bad actors, and rug pulls, said CEO Luca Vespignani. If infringing content is discovered, the anti-piracy organization can issue a takedown request to have it removed. Another alternative is to document the infringement and create an evidence log so the rights holders can pursue legal action. Something we definitely need to see more of out there. I mean, even talking about OpenSea is saying that about 80% of the content, the NFTs on OpenSea are copyright infringing materials. So, and there's another site, Scent, shut down their site. They halted transactions because of many IP issues. So we're going to see a lot of this. It's good to have. RIAA is not going to be able to go after every single one of them, so it's good to have more of these. I'm sure we're going to see more of these pop up. All right, let's check out what is going on in the land of musical chairs. All right, so we have Swiss fintech company Utopia Music has named Steve Markland VP for Nashville, with Natalie Osborne joining at the same time. We've seen a lot of changes going on with Utopia Music, and they are growing. Island Records has promoted Sharon Timur to Senior Vice President and Head of Marketing. Republic Records has promoted Julie Vestola to VP of Visual Content. She will oversee the creation of visual content for artists, including lyric videos, social media videos, and other assets. All right, and AEG Presents has promoted Amy Buck to Senior Director of Marketing, and Sony Music Publishing has hired Walter Jones as Executive Vice President, Head of A&R. And congratulations to everybody, well deserved. All right, so let's talk about some community news. What's going on in Music Industry City? All right, so what's going on in Music Industry City? We, next week, are going to be hosting a digital event on Thursday the 24th in Decentraland. The topic will be on Web3 for the music industry and what it means for artists and the industry. So check out musicindustrycity.com for more information. We'll be posting up that event shortly. You can RSVP. It's a live stream that goes into Decentraland, so we will also be live streaming it on other platforms. If you don't want to head into the metaverse, you will be able to still tune in and access it, but it's more fun in the metaverse when you run around as an avatar. And the cool thing is, if you're hanging out in the conference center, you can just walk out to the balcony and just hang out on the terrace. So we're also, tomorrow there's a new platform, Connect Club. So connect.club, check that out. I will be hosting a conversation in this new audio video platform, and yes, it's kind of like Clubhouse in the metaverse. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, it'll be with Sebastian Bourget, the co-founder of the Sandbox, Juana Roxandra, Chief Digital Officer and EVP of Business Development at Warner Music, and Kay Chua Ginsburg, who's the co-founder of Perks. And if you want access, you can sign up. They're turning over, but I have some invites. If you want to shoot me a DM, I will send you an invite. And that is going to be it for today. So thanks for joining us in the weekly wrap this Thursday from New York. Thank you all again for tuning in. And hopefully next time, no technical issues to start off. And I hope to get to see you again next week. I'm Peter Schwing. Have a rockin' day.